Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a weekly challenge, pick different kinds of flowers. Unfortunately I lost my audio in the last video, so I'm going to redo this with an overlay audio on the same video, and I'll post that just to make it available, because it is kind of hard to follow if you don't actually have any audio to actually follow. So I might break the audio up a little bit just to make sure that it is actually recording, so you might see some variations in me talking, but I'll try and keep it consistent once I think it's actually recording some voice. But as you can see, I think there's 10 different kinds of flowers you can pick. Some of them are going to be a little bit harder to find than others. So like I know things like Strangler Bloom are a little bit harder to get. And you know, I went for the lowest hanging fruit, the ones that are easiest to get. Fever Blossoms, I know you can get them by the Mothman Museum, by I think Pleasant Point, or whatever it's called, Point Pleasant. So we'll get there. I might point it out a little bit during that, but we're gonna go with some of the things that we know. Ash Rose is easy to get. Bloodleaf easy to get. Carrot Flowers easy to get by White Springs. Bloodleaf you can get pretty much anywhere, as you know. Fever Blossoms we're gonna give us a skip. Fern flowers you can generally get in the bog. That's probably the place I would go. Now it is a high level area, so it is kind of hard to get if you're low level, but there are other areas that you can get. You can actually get fern flowers if you look hard enough by we'll get there by the Crocodile Wavy Park up north. So there are some, it's a little bit harder to find them. You got to do a lot of running around, so whatever you prefer, but there are definitely some places there. I've seen them in the Mire. I think they're even there around some of the power plants as well, areas. I think Monago power plant and Monago city itself, I think there's a whole bunch of ferns up there, but I'm sure there's other places. So if you don't want to go to the bog, I'm sure you can find them. Gould flowers, there's a couple of places. There's Ammo Deep up there by Sons of Dane. There's 4 of them up there, but there's actually a place which I will hit, which is I think Cobbleton is it's called, so pretty easy to get. Strangle Blooms, like I said, I'm going to skip. Soot Flowers, again, you can get toxic Soot Flowers up in by Wavy Park, and of course you can get them all over near the vault. So you should be able to get those fairly easy. Rhododendrons, pretty easy to get. They're the pink flowers, you can get them anywhere. Soot Flowers are the blue flowers, or the toxic white flowers, which are all over the place. So those are very easy to get. And I think lastly, potato flowers, I did look it up, but I didn't. I decided not to go with that. I had 8 already, so I didn't go with those. And then Thistle, I went with Thistle. So little tricky to get, but you run over, and we'll get into that as we go through looking for the various places, right? So I think I'm going to start with the ash roses, if I'm correct, and then we'll proceed and see which other flowers we'll get during the video. Okay, so just getting back, we'll start in a sec here. Like I said, ash roses, bloodleaf, carrot flowers, skip fern, fever blossoms, fern flowers. We'll hit the bog. Gould flowers, the one we'll go after. Rhododendrons. We'll skip Strangler Blooms. We'll go after Soot Flowers. We'll skip Tater Flowers and Thistle Blossoms. So you decide what you actually want to go to. For now, we're going to hit the rose flowers at Lewisberg. So let's go to Lewisberg. And you'll notice at the top of Lewisberg, if you've been down there, that will have a bunch of greenhouses at the top of the buildings. There's also some soot flowers, some rhododendrons, and there's also some carrot flowers around. So I was able to collect 8 carrot flowers in Lewisberg, I couldn't find the very last one, but I'm pretty sure there's probably a carrot flower. So if you don't want to head to White Springs for those carrot flowers, or to the mountains around White Springs, then or the Savage Divide, because pretty much carrot flowers are everywhere on the Savage Divide. Then there are some in Lewisberg if you wanted to spend the time. Like I said, I got 8 there, but I couldn't find that last one. Okay, so yeah, we are at Lewisberg. So we're going to head in. So if you do fast spawn, it's kind of, I think this the train station's right behind me. You can see there's a greenhouse just to the right. So if you kind of run to the right here and then left, and then we're going to run up the steps, and pretty much that's all you have to do. You get access to basically all 3 of them. You can actually go left there. So what I'm doing here is, so you see those ladders just in front. You can actually just go there. You don't actually have to jump up here. This is the hard way. You can just run up here. It's a little tricky to jump. And there's 3. There should be 3 in here. So that'll give you 6. It does look like Green Thumb's still working. I thought they disabled that, but it does look like that's still actually working fine. So it must have been buggy or glitchy the second time I did it. Okay, we're gonna head over here, just to the right, or in front of us. There's another ash rose here, just over here. So that'll bring us to 8. So we just actually need 1 more ash rose. And as you can see, there's a couple of carrot flowers, some soot flowers. So just grab those. We'll save you from getting them later. Okay, there's another greenhouse across another way. We shouldn't have to go there. Just to my left here, there is another greenhouse. You can just get them all up there. In this video, I'm going up here, I guess. It looks like. Got my eye on the prize. But yeah, if you're watching this, just go left. You don't actually have to jump over here unless you know, someone else has taken them. Unfortunately, I think if somebody else has picked the ash roses, even though you're a second character, it's not instant for some reason. Some flowers aren't instant, which is kind of silly. They should all be instant. Okay, I think there's only 1. No, it's not actually even in here. I think there's 1 on that. There's another greenhouse. See, that's a greenhouse I should have gone to. I'm gonna go back. There's actually 1 to my right here as well. Yeah, I might actually make another video just because I did a second run and I was able to do it much quicker, obviously, because I knew where I was going and what I was looking for, right? Use the steps, Atomic. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, unfortunately I wasted a lot of time, yeah. If I was just up on those steps, I would. Maybe I smarten up, yeah. There we go. Come on. I know you can see those steps. Go on. Go for them. Okay, so yeah. So just come up these steps. Don't bother with doing what I was doing there. Okay, I can go to the right, yeah. Okay, so we should see ash rose. Okay, I thought there was 1 on the left there, but maybe not. Okay, so we should see 1 in here. And there we go. So that's the ash roses. Like I say, you know, I actually had a picture with these roses. Really, if you've seen some of our videos, you probably see me standing in front of those roses, like when I first started playing the game. Okay, looks like my audio is working just fine. So I'll probably refrain from stopping my audio or speaking. Okay, so we're gonna be heading. Let's see, we're gonna be heading next. My guess is we'll probably go. I'm just trying to see in the video where we're gonna be going next. Yeah, I think I'm just looking for the carrot flowers. Yeah, see if I can find any more carrot flowers. I didn't actually find. I did walk around this area. I'm pretty sure there's got to be some, but I think they're close to Lewisberg. Once you start going out into the ash heap, I don't think we'll pretty much see them. So you might be able to get 10 if you're lucky, but chances... Oh, you're better off spending that time somewhere else versus trying to look for them. So I did go around, yeah, I couldn't find any more. And I went around the front as well. You can also find bloodleaf down in flatwoods as well, as you know, all along the river. There's a ton of them there, but you really don't need to. They're all in the toxic valley. We'll grab them up there. There's actually 4 of the flowers up there. You can get Thistle, you can get Ferns, you can get Soot Flowers, and you can get Bloodleaf, all in the one location. The ferns are the hardest to actually find. I mean, they're there. They're just kind of all over, right? So. Okay, so it looks like we're heading up to the mountains on White Spring, just the vantage point, as you saw, I clicked on there. Anywhere in those mountains and the whole Savage Divide will have carrot flowers, should be super easy to find. So we'll be able to grab them quickly. And if you've collected some already, you should only need to collect a few when we're there. Okay, if we turn around, you'll see some right over here at the vantage point, and then some just a little bit further on. But just kind of go around this area. If you go down the mountain a little bit, you'll find some more. Okay, I think this is all I needed for this run. So you may need some more if you haven't collected any yet. Okay, so I'm talking about the Gould flowers. So like I said, there's Ammo Depot just by Sons of Dane, and there's this Cobbleton. I think I do actually go to Ammo Depot, but there's only 4 there. So I ended up having to go to that Cobbleton place. So you don't need to bother with the Ammo Depot. I wouldn't even bother. I would probably just head straight up to Toxic Valley, grab what you need in Toxic Valley, head down to that Cobbleton farm, which has wheat and potatoes, and if you guys have seen it, it has a whole bunch of stuff there that's available. But I'll show you where these are since I'm heading there anyway. There's 4 of them. There's a couple of turrets you have to deal with. There's some other loot. There's a power armor station, so there's probably going to be a fusion core there. If you're familiar with the area. So take out the turrets first, and if you stand right in front of the turrets, as you probably know, you can they can't shoot you. There's a bunch of super mutants here at the moment. So as you can see, if you stand in front of the turrets, they can't actually shoot you. Just kill those if you are low level. Otherwise, it shouldn't be a problem. Just take out this other turret here quick. There are two power armor stations in the area, so if you know, there's one just in the building to the right of Sons of Dane, right locked in the basement, and there's that one, so there's a potential chance to grab some additional power. So as you can see, there's 4 Gould blossoms over here. Unfortunately, there's only 4. I think I do head to just below the vault to check, but I'm pretty sure there used to be some Gould flowers there, but when I showed up there were melons, so so maybe they've changed it, or I just don't remember. They've always been melons, or maybe different servers have different flowers there, I'm not sure. But yeah, we managed to get 4 there, but there's some corn there if you want as well. Yeah, I wanted to see if I could avoid going up to Colton, but I ended up having to go there anyway. I'm just over encumbered. Yeah, let me just get rid of. Yeah, I grabbed. I think when I grabbed that fusion core, I had an extra. Power armor piece. So I'm probably going to go down to Wixton here quickly, and I'll show you where I went. But yeah, just if you guys remember, let me know if I'm just forgetting about whether there should have been Gould plants down there. I'm pretty sure they were Gould in that little picket fence area. Okay, so just right in front of us in the picket fence area, just further to the back, we will find, I think it's just to the right, yeah, I think it's right at the back there, the picket fence is right at the back. You can see there's some rhododendrons, some soot flowers here as well. Pumpkins at this farm, if you guys aren't familiar with the area. Okay, so right over here, I remember these being Gould flowers, but it says wild melon blossom, so they probably were always that. I just, I guess maybe the blossom made it sound like it was similar, right? So yeah, we'll head up to the cobblestone farm, and then I'll show you where to get those things. Oh, this is down by Hornet Summer Villa. There's a greenhouse down there which you can get Gould as well. So you might be able to get some Gould when we're down there. Okay, so we're going to run down to that farm. Unfortunately, I don't have it unlocked yet. So we'll run down there. Obviously, I haven't been to it on this character, which is interesting since I'm already level 80. And just at this Aaron Homestead farm, there's a whole bunch of razor grain, cranberries, corn, farm station, honey. Most of you should probably be familiar with the area. Especially if you did lead of the pack, it always ends up here. So it's kind of funny when you watch the video afterwards, you know, I should have just put the marker there. You know, it's easy to criticize afterwards, right? Or not criticize, just like, yeah, I would have done that type thing, right? At least that's what I did with my second run. So, or at least my other character probably, right? Because I would have to unlock it as well. So there's normally a bunch of super mutants or liberators or ghouls here. I think mostly liberators or super mutants. I think both times I showed up the liberators. So you can ignore them most part. You don't actually have to go into the building, but there's a bunch of loot inside. So if you've never been here, there's a whole whack of loot inside, a couple of floors of stuff. So it's worthwhile going in. But anyway, either head around the left or right side of the building. Left is much quicker. It's just to my left here. I think I go right here, but go left. It's the farm's right there. Because you go on this side and you have to walk right around. There's carrot flowers there as well. Cobbleton Farm. Okay, some liberators. Yeah, I'm just looking for the farm area at the moment. And you can't miss it. It's you'll see a whole bunch of corn and stuff. Potatoes. So if you are looking for some variety of them all in one location, this is a pretty good location to come to. To get razor grain, muted fruits, corn. Okay, so this you should be able to get. Just come here and you'll be able to get all your gold. Leave the liberators alone, Atomic. Oh, I think I must have. Yeah, probably I just needed one there. That's why I was wondering why I wasn't grabbing the rest of them. Okay, so we're gonna head up to Wavy Willets Park. And like I said, you can get fern up here, Bloodleaf. That's where I got my Bloodleaf, Soot Flowers. But the main reason we come here is for the I forget the name now. Thistle. All right. Okay, so all of these white ones are suits. So if you haven't got them, just grab them. Yeah, very easy. They're all around here. Now, Thistle is both on the left side of Wavy Willets. There's actually 2 or 3 to my left. Normally I go right here into mountains. So if no one's picked them, you should be fine. You don't have to go to the left. But if you are looking for some extra ones, there are some on the left there and at the back. but just head down there. There's at least 3 here. Also, by around the cabins where you do the tadpole quests, there are at least 2 there as well. So if you're looking for some extra ones, I don't actually go there as in this video, but just so you know, if you go around those cabins, there's at least 2. There's a low level ray scorpion, but he's generally level 14, so you should be able to deal with that. Okay, so there should be 1, there's actually 3 in this location, this kind of immediate vicinity. There's 1 to my right here, which I probably walked past. There, it's right over here. Okay, so there's 1 here, and then we should see 2 in front of us, just closer to the wall. And then we can head to the actual mountains. Just to, okay, they should be close. Yeah, I think I was saying in my last video, there's going to be a whole bunch of high level scorch here, but it tends, okay, there's 1 here, just kind of, we're looking at kind of the color sign in front of us. There's a little green roof there if you want to see where that's at. So there's 1 there, just there, and there's 1 will be close to the wall as well. Just at the entrance underneath, I think by the color sign there, there should be another 1 there. Okay, so now if you actually go straight into the left around the building, you actually find 1 just kind of past all that steam, just on the side, and there's a couple 2 on the mountain. So you can actually just do that. I'm not actually going to go in this video because I wasn't aware of those until I started looking for them. But there's actually 2, 1 just kind of a little bit further down that area, and then 2 up on the mountain. And then you should be able to have 5 in total. But generally, there's a bunch, like I said, to the right here by the cabins, around the cabin, these immediate cabins, yeah, not as far as the tadpole ones. There's 2 there, and the ones that I normally hit are up in the mountain. Yeah, there's at least 2, if not 3, in this vicinity area. So we'll find them quickly. So there's 1, I think, if I'm looking, there's 1, yeah. There's another 1 just here somewhere, and I think there's 1 behind me as well. Okay, there's 1, yeah. Okay, there you go. Okay, so you should be able to get enough as long as they're not picked. Unfortunately, you can't come with a team member, because once they're picked, and you would have to find another server. Okay, if I'm correct, I'm going to go down and look for some bloodleaf in the dry bed or the lake there, the dry lake, I think. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of looking for some other ones. Yeah. So all in that lake there, kind of in the middle, there's going to be a queen typically, but there's a whole bunch of bloodleaf there. And you can just run around the sides. There's a snotty aster and stuff there. You can just generally avoid them. Yeah, these are some of the ferns. See, not all those ferns actually have pickable flowers, unfortunately. I wish they did. It'll make the area quite, at least if you're collecting ferns. But some of them have flowers, some of them don't. Okay, yes, just go along the edges, yeah, and we should be able to get them. So there you go. And then the last one that we're going to go for is the ferns, which is down in the bog. Again, to me that's the easiest, but it's also most painful because once you got the scorch beast and all the scorch and generally high level on top of you, like I said, there's probably better areas for the fern. I've seen some videos. If you watch, I think it's Rifle Gaming videos where he nukes areas for violet flux. I'm pretty sure this is one of the areas. There's probably an area in Toxic Valley that's more heavily, probably to this area where I'm pointing to now. Pretty sure that's where he nuked that whole area between that and that workshop over there. Probably has a bunch of ferns. So I would check there first. But I'm going to head down to the bog just because I know that's where I'm guaranteed to find ferns, but also kind of be aware that if there's a nuke zone there, don't bother because you pick violet flux instead of ferns and it doesn't actually register even though it says it's a fern. So just if you're going to head down there, just make sure there's no nuke zone, at least in the area that you're hunting, right? And that's it. So pretty easy. Once you do this challenge again, I did it second time and I was able to do it in half the amount of time. So once you know where the flowers are, it's pretty easy to go find. Very quick and easy, painless generally. Okay, so I'm just kind of I'll probably point out in the map in a sec. And those trees just in front of us, right here by those flowers, just the trees has a bunch here. So generally under all these trees you'll find ferns. Most of the trees, not all of them, mostly the bigger clump of trees. Like this one would probably generally have about, I think, 8, and then we just have to find one more somewhere. But sometimes you get unlucky and things are chasing you. Just kind of head towards the trees and see if you can find some ferns. Obviously a lot easier to find them in the nuke zone, but unfortunately that they do not count. Okay, so there we go. Challenge completed. Sungrove, I think I saw Overgrown. Sungrove is where I'm at. And if you at that grove, just kind of turn around, look for the big kilometers, kind of on your left there. There, just by my bunker behind me is a junk deposit. So if you find the junk deposit, kind of turn around, kind of face the glass caverns, and you should be able to see those trees. Or just run to every tree until you find enough ferns. Well, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that you found it useful, and I hope you enjoyed the audio that was missing from the last one. And you know, I will upload this video and post a link to the new video. So for the new people that are watching this video, you can actually hear the audio. Anyway, enjoy. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I do appreciate it, and it does help the channel out a lot. Thanks again.